Welcome back. 2024 Major League Paintball Lone Star Major, a little outside of Dallas, Texas. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford and Todd Martinez. Infamous taking on Notorious and Houston Heat taking on Revo. Coming up in this next set, we're in day 2 competition, still in the prelims. Sunday implications in all these matches. Infamous needs a big one here, boys. Rich, what do you think? Notorious? I like Notorious's roster, a bunch of young, scrappy, up-and-coming dudes.
I like the way that Notorious is playing. I just feel like Infamous has got to be so hungry this morning after those 2 losses yesterday.
When I'm saying I like Notorious' roster, I don't necessarily think they're going to win this game. I think Notorious or Infamous.
I love their roster too. Then
I think Infamous is going to be out for blood. My point is that because Notorious has proved to be scrappy here, been around some of those guys for a couple of seasons, but Infamous, like I said, they need to be out for blood right now. They had a rough day yesterday. They need 2 big wins today, and they have to play Notorious.
Well, and
then
honestly,
they have to play Legion.
They've got too good a roster to struggle, right? Like they've got too good a roster to go 0-2 yesterday.
Well, yesterday we were talking about, and then even the pre-shows about how maybe this is Infamous's tournament.
We talked before air, like, hey, this might be the one. All the reports from practice was Infamous was playing amazing. Ryan Hall had some great points at the middle. Callie Rudolph was playing well. Same old deal for Notorious. Penalty on the first point, losing 2 bodies, giving Infamous his first point. It's 5-on-3 advantage now for Infamous as I don't know if that's Nate pushing down the D side over there for Infamous. But 5-on-3 advantage for Infamous. Going to probably easily win this first point based on that penalty from Notorious. And you were saying that Notorious is scrappy, and they are scrappy, but sometimes scrappy teams get penalties, right? Because they're always kind of riding that edge.
Yeah, inexperience and hunger for greatness sometimes equates to lots of penalties.
Poor decision making.
Yeah. Well, that was a great first one for Infamous, and they did get a bit of a gift with the penalty on Notorious. But had a good look up the middle. And Todd, from a strategy standpoint today, it does appear again that middle is going to be a big, glorious battleground. With and what's happening in the middle is kind of almost setting the tempo for everything else.
It is, and it's kind of like, I've seen it go both ways, right? You have 2 ways to play it. You get in there first, or you react to where they're at and then try and make something off knowing where they're at. But teams have done a good job of shifting as soon as they get found, right? But either way, you talk about it before you start playing. You're like, okay, do we want to be in there first, or do we want to let them get in there and then figure out how to go get that guy, right? But I've seen it go both ways at this event, so it's kind of hard to say the right, quote-unquote, right way to play it right now,
5-on-5 breakout for Houston Heat and Revo. Revo losing their first player back center. It's Benny Carroll getting shot.
And Tyler Harmon going to get a quick shot on Frank Antetomaso out of that Doritos side can.
It's already 5-on-3 in this first heat, in this first point. Houston Heat with a big advantage here. 5 bodies against 3 bodies. Nobody on D side for Revo. No one in the snake for Revo. All 3 players trapped in the pocket. Ryan Moorhead now is on their side of the field in their center Hertz bunker. Tyler Harmon's getting creative over here on snake side.
Yeah, Heat sitting with a 2-0 record right now. Had some close ones yesterday, and there goes Konstantin Fedorov again after the tempo and pace being set by what's happening in the middle. Fedorov able to coast all the way up into D4 with not a lot of pressure.
And you see Houston Heat decided to go to that center right off the bat. Hard 2 guys up the middle with Tyler Harmon and Ryan Moorhead paying dividends right away and now own the real estate and putting pressure on Revo in the back line.
Yeah.
They did get 1 kill on Chad George trying to fill out to the snake corner.
That was that cross shot from the South Electronics bunker.
But a 4-on-3 situation right now.
Yeah, 4-on-3 and with Houston Heat in better field position with Dorito 4, center Hertz bunker, and snake side wing with Tyler Harmon.
Yeah, Heat's in a really good position. Revo, not so much with those 3 bodies trapped in the pocket. No one in the snake yet, though, for Houston Heat. So.
No, Sam Monville's the back guy here in the stand-up on the snake side, and I think he's waiting for 1 more kill before he gets outside or goes forward. If they lose a guy, he'll probably jump in the snake. If they don't lose a guy, he'll probably just sit back there and control everybody. But great comps from both teams. Obviously, Revo in a tough spot here. Dever Stewart still alive, Caleb Abel still alive, and I believe it's Elliot Weaver in the center tower. And they're crossed up in the pocket trying to protect themselves, but Houston Heat is putting a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, definitely. It's what you got to do when you have the real estate and the spots. Continue to hammer, make people feel uncomfortable, try and force people to make mistakes.
Love that combination with Ryan Moorhead and Tyler Harmon there. Both really good gunfighters, both super creative, and both really good at getting the most out of a spot. They don't just sit in one spot. They probe and constantly are proactive with their gunfighting. Searching for kills up there.
Yeah, and it looks like Devin Stewart's going to get caught out of the back.
And draws penalty.
Yeah, penalty.
They had a body to pull, though. Looks like that Weaver. Yeah, last body left alive. So solid control from Houston Heat. if this center continues to be contested as heavily as it is, I'm wondering if, because the teams are going to start going to battle up there, and then the outsides will open up a little bit more.
Yeah, the more pressure you put up the gut, the easier it is to get outside. And that's one of the reasons teams go up the gut.
So I'm wondering, as we watch this progress throughout the day today with Sunday implications, of course, it's Saturday, trying to figure out who's going to be the top 10 teams. How quickly is that strategy going to evolve, or is it just going to be, bloody knuckles up the middle all day long? Or are we going to see
We can hope.
Teams start to go away from that because they have to now. Because if one team sends 2 bodies up there and you don't send 2 bodies to contend, you have to hope one of those just 2 is going to make a mistake.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and then you have to make it pay dividends when you get up there, right?
Yeah.
You can't be the guy who gets shot looking the wrong way, and then your buddy gets shot the same way.
A little bit of a mess up there on the breakout. Infamous went out there with 6 guys, and Cali Rudolph had to sprint to get off the field before the buzzer started. A little miscommunication there. And Infamous drops their first attacker snakeside in Brustleback. ABJ in the snake for Notorious, looking inside.
Yeah, so both Patient and Russellback taking the early walk for Infamous, just down to 3 and no one on the snake side. They're saying Messer's going to do a little retreat, get back to that back center.
Great fill back there from Brett. He's going to try to get from the back center into the snake side tower, but they're shutting that down. He understood where he was supposed to go, but they did not allow him to get out there. Advantage here for Notorious in the second point, 4-on-3 situation with Infamous in the back center, the Dorito can, and Dorito 2. Notorious with Snake 1 back center, Snake side wedge, and Dorito 3. Infamous up by a point here. ABJ going all the way onto Infamous' side of the field, and I love this. Do not stay, right? Go all the way to their end before they know where you're at and get your kills. ABJ putting a lot of pressure on the back center. All 3 guns are on ABJ now. Should be freeing up Notorious players to move down that D side and up the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, ABJ.
Looked like he almost put a ball on both of those guys.
Yeah.
But playing smart right now, staying alive.
This is perfect. ABJ taking some pressure. He's going to lose a body right beside him, though. And then now, as soon as the pressure comes off and one of those guys dies, he wraps around. Just, very intelligent play from ABJ. Aggressive, gets to a spot, takes the guns, takes the pressure, waits for it to subside, gets right back in that gunfight, gets that last kill. And also great job by the rest of everyone to follow him up, too. So great scrappy point here.
Well,
Notorious
good point for Notorious, but also kind of a mistake there for Infamous, right? They went out with 6 bodies. There was some confusion. Cali had to sprint out. They lost 2 guys on the break because of everybody bumping into each other on the break.
They made some mistakes, but
opportunity
Notorious
seized,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's like, okay, these guys are going to mess up a little bit.
Hey, that's what you hope when you're playing against a team that's better than you, right? We hope you make some mistakes and that we can capitalize on it. When they make the mistakes and you don't capitalize on it, it's super frustrating. Those are those points you have to win, right, in those matches.
Yeah.
Ones where the other guys mess up, you have to win.
Just love,
You.
yeah, all you guys. The mentality of Notorious right now. Like when you're down in their pits, they're ready to
They're
fight.
scrappy. Yeah, they're scrappy
they're
for sure.
ready to fight right now. All the guys on their team have good attitudes about who they are and what they're trying to do right now, and I definitely feel like that is kind of indicative of why they play the way they play.
I think there's a few teams out here this weekend that are playing with a chip on their shoulder, right? We talked about Aftershock, and Notorious is one of those new up-and-coming teams. They got a little chip on their shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you got to have that chip on your shoulder, right?
You got to.
See, Chad George gets out to that Snakeside Tower. 5 alive for both teams. Same breakout. Chad George taking the walk, though, from Snakeside Tower.
Yeah, both teams only keeping 1 body in the backfield. Revo pocketed it up, and Heat's going to be the first to get outside wide, but looks like body drop and Caleb Babel losing a gunfight.
4-on-3 advantage for Revo, although they are tracked in the pocket, Todd.
They're going to be losing Fedorov, too.
Fedorov's got that body language saying that he is hit as he asked for a check.
No, he's good to go.
Oh, Betty Carroll with a great fill backward, mimicking Tyler Harmon over here.
Yeah, so Fedorov did not die from that D1 position.
Devin Stewart, bad death over there. They needed him to stay alive there.
So just 3 in the pocket for Baltimore Revo here currently.
Yeah.
Sam Montville walking
here.
off for Heat.
3-on-3. Houston Heat with a slight advantage, having both corners and the center wedge with Ryan Moorhead. Revo in the back center, South Electronics bunker, and now filling to the corner is Benny Carroll, Snake corner. So Revo with no one D-side matting, nobody up the gut, but they do have Benny in a good position, Snake corner now into Snake 1.
Yeah, this is good for Heat. I mean, they have Ryan Moorhead at a really good spot. They're spread out wide. They got Tyler into Snake 1, so advantage Heat for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I think part of the advantage for Heat is I don't know if Revo knows where Moorhead is.
I don't think so either. And they might not know the count either, right?
Well, they're shooting his bunker, so I think Clint might know where he is because he's definitely putting a stream directly where Moorhead currently is
now?
occupying
Okay.
a spot.
Yeah, but they're also shooting the Hertz bunker. I think they're shooting the bounce shot off the Hertz bunker to try to shoot it back into him.
But they've been shooting that shot and they've been shooting the front.
Clint Moore taking the walk.
Yeah, Clint got shot trying to shoot that angle.
Cannot die there, Clint. It's a 3-on-3. They need you to stay alive there. You know that. Both guns now on Tyler Harmer. Now both guns switch off of Tyler Harmer as Elliott Weaver gets shot out of that center bunker. Revo should probably concede this point. It's a 3-on-1. They're down a point.
And they are going to concede it. Whoa.
Oh, Benny almost got shot off the field. Benny's one of those guys I like to watch play because he just moves so well and his timing is good. He just moves eloquently, like very smooth.
Yeah, he's got some style to his game for sure. Some guys are a little
They
bit
make it
more
look easy.
Some guys are very jerky with their movements. He is not. He's very fluid out there.
Yeah. I heard one time he was playing a one-on-one with somebody, and he saw the ball coming at him, so he just shot the ball out of the air and then shot the guy.
True story.
So
True story.
Yeah.
It's just so lethal out there.
Although
ask him
I don't
about
think
that
he
one.
would like you sharing his secrets.
Sorry.
Now it's out in the world that you can do that.
Yep. Oh, you're going to shoot me? I'll just shoot your ball.
Touche.
And then shoot you.
Shield up. I wonder if Jonah's injured. He's not dressed out again today. I hope he's not injured.
I think he is. I don't know what's wrong with him though.
He's too young to be injured. You can't be injured when you're young. Notorious 5 alive. Infamous 5 alive. Infamous gets outside on the D side. Notorious gets into the snake and up the center of the field. Ryan Hall attacking for Infamous now up the center.
Ryan Hall had some good looks and losses yesterday, so it's at a good spot. They're right on the other side of each other.
Brustleback makes the snake.
They're both shooting their guns. Who's going to be the first to go? They do lose Patient, who tried to cut inside to get to the mini wall. ABJ right back into the snake.
Back center get a check from the running ref. If he's hit, he might have a penalty. Callie.
Callie Rudolph for Infamous, and here comes a big move up by, I believe, Schrader.
3-on-4 here, Matt. Infamous with the spots. Dropping body now, 3-on-3. No more advantage for Notorious. Up 3-on-2. Ryan Hall gets traded out.
I can't believe he got Ryan Hall with that jump shot right there.
What scared me is both of those referees running in to get Ryan were both grabbing their flags. So I'm glad Ryan left what he did. ABJ with a great move here. See if he can make this shot on Brustleback.
I think that's actually Silberg over there in D4 for Infamous. Oh, penalty, though, assessed on Notorious, and they lose ABJ at the same time. So this is a big opportunity for Infamous to take a lead.
I'd say a gift.
That's going to force a quick concession. So good job by Silberg. And who was in Snake 1 for
Brustleback.
Brustleback?
Yeah, Infamous needs Brustleback to play well out here. They're getting up in the middle. Silberg's attacking that Dorito side. They need some consistency over here on the Snake side. They had Brustleback and Zach Patient playing the Snake yesterday. And now we see Zach Patient going up in the middle more today.
When you looked yesterday, so they had a punch in the middle because Ryan Hall had some good looks.
Real good.
Silberg was playing pretty well on that D side as well too, but they could not get the full field offense going, and that was a problem when you had somebody dialed like Damage in that match, and then in their second match against Diesel, same problem, because Diesel was a little bit slower, but really crisp in their gunfights.
So far, this match has been all Houston Heat. Houston Heat getting out to the Snake corner. Looks like he gets out there live with Tyler Harmer shooting and then filling into the Snake side tower. Ryan Moorhead releasing up the center. Fedorov getting eliminated. 5-on-4 advantage for Revo. Revo gets outside to the Dorito corner with Frank and Tommaso. At the same time, Caleb Abel attacks the Snake, gets the Snake 1.
Lose Weaver again, though.
Weaver taking the walk out of that center tower. 4-on-4 here. A little bit of an advantage just because Revo is in the Snake with Caleb Abel. But Ryan Moorhead does have the center of the field. Clint Moore in the back center for Revo.
Yeah, Caleb was struggling a little bit playing that tower. Now he's in the Snake. He can try and...
More of his natural environment.
Yep.
Good little battle up the middle here with Ryan Moorhead and Shorty going back and forth.
Yeah.
Shorty played so good in practice up there.
Well, he's super proactive. So is Ryan Moorhead.
Yeah.
They like to play tons of different positions up there. So Shorty went up and went to the wedge. Ryan might have seen him or heard him there. So he goes around. And they're going to end up trading, but that was a trap set by Saucedo, but it didn't really just, and in that situation, you were hoping that Ryan comes around. You can either shoot him before he shoots you, but it doesn't matter. Ryan did his job and got Sean out of
Yeah, as long as you get the guy, right? Caleb Abel getting checked now in Snake 1. Hope he's not hit, because if he is, he's going to get a penalty. Nope, he's good. And Caleb likes that Snake 1 inside because it's such a good control position. You can shut down the middle of this field. You can shut down the gap between the 4 and 5 Doritos. The only thing you're vulnerable from is obviously the Snake down the line. And he's got Kelly in front of him. Kelly and Snake One looking inside. He's got Tyler Harmon inside of him.
Well, 2 bodies.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Tyler Harmon was fixing his gun
Yeah.
and didn't see Frank make that move into the 50 Dorito over there.
Frank's got a little help with Clint out behind him.
Yeah, when Frank is on, man, he's dangerous on that D side because if you get off of that gap, he's going.
Oh, you mean the Wolverine?
The Wolverine. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Wolverine. Kelly getting shot out. Snake One there. Houston Heat about to lose their first point in this match.
Just
Revo.
one body. No, Sam's still in the Dorito corner.
Yeah, it's 3-on-1 though, right? Oh, 2-on-1 as Clint Moore gets shot sloppy over the top there, filling from Dorito 1 to Dorito 2. Caleb Abel and Frank Antetomaso against Sam Monville. Sam Monville in the Dorito corner for Heat. Frank putting a lot of pressure on him from their Dorito 4. Now moving inside.
Man, I love...
Oh, Frank gets caught 1-on-1.
I was going to say, I love Clint, but that's a tough death because now you go into 2-1, and then Frank gets shot, and now it goes into a 1-on-1 after
Right.
Sam Monville was in a 1-on-3.
And Revo needed to win this point, right? Down by 2. Have to win this point.
Yeah.
3-on-1, so you're like, hey, we've already won the point.
I'm sure Coach Mike Jeffrey is wanting to take his clipboard and slam it against his forehead.
He's now writing a book based on this point, I assure you.
I like to slam it against somebody else's.
Yeah, no kidding. It's way more productive. And Caleb Abel's just trying to find where Sam is, and Sam's just trying to find where Cable.
Yeah.
Well,
Cable back.
and this is with Sam's by his buzzer. He's
Yeah,
in
he's
a back
guarding
corner
the flag.
spot. He's in a big Dorito, and so this is up to Caleb. Caleb is going to have to force the engagement.
Well, and Caleb's got to be cautious because they just watched 2 of his friends die from that guy, right?
Caleb almost got the drop on Sam, but Sam dodged that stream.
And Sam doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
He can just
you
sit
guys
there,
called
saying,
it.
waste time.
You called it, Matt. All Sam's got to do it,
Great.
and Sam's the perfect guy for it, right? Super smart.
It's a 2-point lead with 7:30 left. So, I mean, even if Sam does lose this gunfight and is able to take a minute off the clock, they'll still have a lead.
You know Sam's just watching this gap right here.
Oh, Caleb, a couple nice moves here and I think now Sam picked him
knows
up.
right where he's at.
Sam picked him up.
Oh,
I
he
think
hit the
was
buzzer,
able to
though.
Hit it in time.
Wow. Sam went outside. Caleb went inside. Good move for Caleb Abel.
Yeah, Caleb Abel saving this point if we get a thumbs up from the referee. Thumbs up from the ref. The point is good. Great job by Caleb Abel. It looked like they were going to blow that 3-on-1 with a bad death from both Clint Moore and Frank Antetomaso, but Caleb Abel,
Great point.
couple
Caleb.
nice moves,
That's
threaded
what
up
he
the
needed.
field, blocked out San Monville, put a stream on him to make him head check back into the bunker, and was just barely able to hit that buzzer in time. Beautiful job, Caleb.
Nothing drives a coach crazier than throwing away high body situations.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
3-on-1?
It's so cringy. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
chalkboard scratching, eye gouging cringiness.
Let's listen in real quick.
Squandered one, Caleb clutched out the other. Okay, we win our high body situations, we're gonna win this fucking match. Hey, stay on me real quick. It's gonna be Caleb, Ben, Sean, Devin, Frank, okay? We're down 1, we got all day. This is our match, okay? Convert our high body situations and we fucking win, okay? Let's go, boys.
That's exactly what you were just talking about, Todd.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, there's also levels of mistakes in high body situations. A 3-on-1 is one of the worst ones you can blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infamous with the penalty, 4-on-3 advantage here. Oh, and Infamous 2 penalties and 1 point. Man, that's disheartening.
Well,
So
that's-
4-on-1 here for Notorious.
That's how you throw away a lead.
Dude, Notorious has quietly become a very good off-the-break shooting team.
They have. Yeah, that's one of the skills that they're underrated in for sure. I think
And
it's
then
that
they
time
have-
they spend over working with Fit.
Probably.
Well, Pasternak in a good spot inside at the wedge.
Well, it's
And
funny,
they
too,
also have Snake one with ABJ.
because they know it's a 4-on-1 because they're calling that spot only, and you'd expect someone would just go and stab him.
Well, only Marky Franz has walked off, so I think they figured it out now because they're starting to shark down the field and forcing the concession from Travis Lemansky, who had seen enough. He's going to save Ryan Hall the pain.
You can say shock down the field. That works too.
Shark down the field, yeah. We will see if
I mean, it's cost you $1.
Sharks down the field this afternoon. Aftershock today going to be playing the ML Kings. And who else do you got?
Bears.
Bears, yeah.
Good games. Those guys played well yesterday. It's going to be fun this afternoon.
Well, you guys look great yesterday, and that's one of the big stories in the game. Aftershock coming back, Todd Adamson bringing the team name back, loading up with a bunch of stars, bringing you in to coach. You guys were undefeated yesterday, beating Impact and the Hurricanes. That's a really good performance on day one.
I did have some complaints though about your guys' jerseys and the Hurricanes jerseys being the same jerseys. If you guys could, do something to tweak that up, we'd all appreciate it.
Well, go ahead and file that complaint with the complaint department, because that is not up here.
Good breakout for both teams. Caleb Abel gets out to the snake corner. 5 alive for both teams. Houston Heat in the pocket. Oh, Caleb Abel gets shot over the top. A little sloppy there. That's too bad after that great point he had, that last point. 4-on-5 advantage for Houston Heat. Revo, Shorty taking the walk now from the South Electronic Tower. I think he got that bounce shot. 5-on-3 advantage for Houston Heat.
Houston Heat winning every breakout here in this match.
Yeah, and it's so critical, right?
And Moorhead can immediately go up the middle and try and lock off this side with a 1-point lead.
5-on-2 advantage. Revo might want to think about conceding this point.
They get themselves another breakout.
Sure enough, concession from Revo. It's going to go down 2 again with 6:22 on the clock. That is plenty of time. But just started out with a bad break with that early death of Caleb. It's tough when you get a guy out wide, because he got out alive and then engaged.
He was alive, yeah, and then I saw his little gray beanie come up. It got yellow and went back down. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and what Coach Mike Jeffrey was saying to him, he's like, we're only down by 1. He looked at the clock. He's like, and we have all day. Meaning, if you make it out alive,
Stay alive.
and you're taking pressure, no need to engage immediately.
Yeah. Well, and if you're
give it a breath.
Caleb Abel and you're in the corner and you have 2 guns on you, you're doing a great job, right? You're tying up 2 of their guns, right? So now one of your guys has an opportunity to go make that move. Now he draws 2 guns and you have the opportunity to make the move.
Pop the top, babe.
Pop that top, baby.
Pop the
That's
top,
why they
baby.
put the nipple on the brick so you can pop the top.
No matter where you go, just pop the top immediately. That's what I say.
Yeah, getting shot over the top is the coolest way to get shot for sure.
Let's see if Infamous can find themselves
Live
over
on the
here.
break, live the breakout, not get
Yep.
2 penalties in a point.
2-2. A very important point for both these teams.
Well, Infamous finished yesterday 0-2 with a -8, Todd.
Yeah.
So, and they're playing Notorious, which is the least experienced team in their bracket, and they have to play Legion next. So
They're playing
in
real
the
good.
time that's left in this, to have any chance of making Sunday, they need to put up a decent score. They need to win by at least, I mean, again, realistically, they needed a mercy rule Notorious.
Yeah.
That would be
And
ideal.
then squeak a win against Legion to have a chance to stay at an even point spread. Because, again, you need to go 2-2 with maybe like a +2 in order to have a chance to move on.
I think Ryan Hall might be hit. This
Oh,
is just
yeah.
one of those momentum points, though, you know? Yeah, Ryan Hall's hit, and he's going to get a penalty.
Yeah, Infamous drawing another penalty, so 4-on-2 advantage here for Notorious. Again, winning these breakouts.
But, you know, big momentum point right here. You know, 2-2 game. You haven't been playing well. You need to get something going. You know, something you got to feel good about.
Russell back getting eliminated, trying to fill the snake. Can't really hold him against him. He was trying to get outside, and 4-on-2.
I mean, they did get the body out wide with Sam, but there's nothing Sam could do in that situation because everybody else died. They can't. The offense on the Snake side is not being good for Infamous. They've had some flashes of goodness up the middle and on that D side, but they're losing the breakouts and they don't have any offense on the Snake side.
100%, Matt. You just, if you know, going home and scouting this is exactly how you break it down. Listen, you're starting down on points, you're getting a lot of penalties, and you have 0 performance Snake side, right? D side's okay, center's okay, but either we have to change your tempo on the Snake side or we got to put someone else in there that's going to go down the field, right?
Yeah.
Snake 1 is not the goal. You know, 50 Snake, their Snake is kind of where you're trying to get, right? If you're not getting there ever and you're not trying to get there ever, you got to adjust that.
Yeah.
Clint Moore's got to tighten it up a little bit for Revo. They need him to stay alive in these big points. Elliot Weaver's been doing a good job getting up to that South Electric Tower, locking down the Snake side from the cross shot. Ryan Dizon running and shooting to the Dorito corner, getting an elimination. Revo drawing a penalty, 5-on-3 advantage here for Houston Heat, Matt.
Yeah, not going to help their comeback chances here. Down bodies again.
Yeah.
The penalty assessed. Mistakes for Revo costing them.
Yeah, you can't lose the breakout against a team that's better than you, and you certainly can't lose a breakout and then get a penalty, right? Because it's uphill the whole way.
Still 6 minutes left to go, and we have seen some low body magic pulled out, as we always do, which is still relatively rare. And they do have one more game. So even if Revo does drop this game, as long as they keep it close, they go play Uprising. If they win that one and win by a decent margin, then they'll still probably be playing on Sunday. But just not looking good in this match right now against Heat. 5:40 now, down 2, and with the 5-on-3 situation. So Heat's kind of on cruise control right now, and you can see it. There's really no No hurry to go anywhere. Try to burn a little clock off, eventually make those moves.
Yeah, and now Mike Jeffries is in that uncomfortable position as a coach. Do I try to win this match or do I try to protect my margin, right? Because those are two different things with the clock. You're either going to try to take as much time as you can, make these points last as long as you can so you can protect your margin, or you're going to try to make these points quick so you can try to get back in this match.
I think he still wants to win it because he just conceded it. Well, kind of had to. I mean, at that point, it was looking very dire.
Well, it definitely made a big lineup change there, right? We saw Bowen come over here on the snake side, come in for Abel. We saw Ethan Adams run out to that Dorito side, get shot on the break, get a penalty, playing for Frank. You know, so either his guys needed a little bit of a break, or they're gassing up to
come hard. Yeah, maybe they're just going to come hard the next 2 or 3 points.
Yeah, so, but you know, you definitely don't want to give that one up. The penalty kills you every time. But
it's like same lineup for Infamous.
You know, there's a lot of time left in that game. So, over 5 minutes left. Notorious won that momentum point. Now up 3-2 over Infamous. Let's see. Silberg over there going with Schrader out to the Dorito side. Hall and Rudolph doubled up in the back center.
ABJ's been doing such a good job of getting in the snake for Notorious. He's been there every single point, right?
He's one of those up-and-coming guys that's very fun to watch, and I can't wait to see what happens with his career because he's getting really good.
And it's kind of, I love your favorite expression, too, like where he starts in the bunker, right? Like, let's let him start in there, right? He's going to get in there anyway.
I'm trying to think if I've seen ABJ get shot off the break at all this weekend. Can't remember one.
The thing about ABJ is that he's very self-aware. He knows what his strengths are, he knows what his weaknesses are, and goes and works on his weaknesses, right?
He's going to crawl up in the snake, too. Infamous did lose a body trying to get out wide with Cali.
Yeah, 4-on-5 advantage here now for Notorious. Notorious calls the kill 1, so they know it's a 5-on-4 advantage. They know that they just need to not make a mistake. Ryan Hall moving back and forth from the can to the center, from the center to the can.
And Brusselback just went into the snake 1 from that back corner.
And they've got that D-side wing.
Hall's going to move over to help Brusselback. Brusselback chilling in snake 1. ABJ is totally focused down the sideline, waiting for Brusselback to engage with him.
Yeah, and Notorious has to just sit here, lock everything up, and try to force Infamous to make a mistake, right? Infamous is down a body, down some points, have to kind of push up a little bit, and Notorious is going to try to catch them doing that. Good comms from both teams. ABJ is looking to go forward a little bit here. I like that, right? You don't want to push down crazy, but you also want to constantly be applying a pressure. And the farther you go down the field, the more pressure you can apply.
Our running referee coming to check out a player for Infamous in that D3 spot. Looks like he's good to go.
So, yeah, Infamous with some good penetration on that D side. And they've had good penetration over there a few points before. They've had good penetration up the middle. They just need Brusselback to get going here. But ABJ's been in front of them every single game.
You know, like a Nate Schrader getting a spin, and he's in that middle looking for it, trying to put a little bit of pressure on ABJ, who's at that 50-yard line. Here comes the move from Pasternak, and he bunkers out Nate Schrader. ABJ gets on his feet, wrapping around. Got to worry about Brusselback. Brusselback shooting inside still. Looks like they're going to be losing Silberg for Infamous. Hall with a desperation run out wide. ABJ tries to pick him up. Not able to put a ball on him before he got out there, though. So they still have the field spread for Infamous, but
4-on-2, Matty?
yeah, Notorious on the attack. ABJ is going to run the highway, comes through and stitches up. Brusselback stays alive. Was to clear out that back corner bunker. Looks like Hall got shot right before that. Archie Barnes Jr. pumped up right now as they're going to take a 2-point lead with 7:30 to go.
Oh, buddy, right there. Archie Barnes is feeling it right now, Matty. I tell you what, as soon as he saw that body die on the far side.
Well, I love that they understood where they're at in the point, right? Hey, we're up a point. We're up on position. As soon as I find out where the guy in the middle is, I'm going to go drop the hammer. As soon as I find out where the guy in the snake is, I'm going to go drop the hammer because that gives us the best chance. We're not going to play a long, slow point against people that might be better than us. We're going to go drop the hammer, get them off the field. Just do the math.
In the pits with Notorious right now.
Honestly, I called this 100% wrong. I thought Infamous was going to come out here on fire this morning.
And make him start getting really shaky. Right here. Right here. You go at him. Yeah. Hard. Hard as fuck, okay? Stay low and stay low. Yeah.
Calm and composed in the pits for Notorious. Coach trying to pump him up, saying, hey, we go up by 3, we make him play a little shaky. 3-point lead right now for Houston Heat. See if Revo can answer with 5:10 to go.
Kyle Bowen, snake on the break for Revo. Shorty gets shot out of center. 4-on-5 advantage for Heat as Kyle Bowen pushes forward.
Revo pushing the issue in the middle. They lose that first body. But they make it into snake 3, and he's going to go all the way to snake 4.
Yeah, Elliott Weaver gets out of that tower for the first time and is pushing up into center 50. I like that. Good look for him, but he's got to watch out for Ryan Moorhead on the cross shot. Haven't seen Weaver in this position, so don't know how well he's playing it. And he trades with Ryan Moorhead. Not a bad trade, really.
Yeah, not a bad trade, but Ryan's playing really good up there, too.
Devin Stewart takes that opportunity to get out to the corner. Benny Stewart fills out to the snake corner. 3-on-4 advantage here for Houston Heat. Kyle Bowen giving them some penetration on the snake side for Revo. Benny Carroll behind him in the corner. Devin Stewart in the snake corner, Dorito corner. Houston Heat with the 2-3-4. That's the Dorito cam back center, the stand-up tower snake side, and the South Electronics bunker in the center.
Margin is important. Time management important right now. Bowen in a pretty good spot. No one in the snake with him. And it's a 3-on-4, but still, with Revo in this situation, down a body, down 3 points, under 4 minutes, cannot lose this game big. You cannot let Houston Heat put up another 2 points here if you don't put one on the board. It's going to destroy their margin. It's going to force them to have to go and blow out Uprising.
Benny Carroll following up, Keith. Kyle, and Devin Stewart going from Dorito 1, Dorito 3. Revo understands that they're down on points here and have to press, and they're doing it. They get a kill out of Tyler Harmon in the back center. Now it's a 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break moment for Heat. Tyler Harmon getting shot out of that back center. Connor Kelly gonna run out wide and try to catch.
He gets caught.
So he gets caught by Benny Carroll and gets a penalty. So that should be the coffin nail in this point. Bowen gonna put a little cup extra on Ronnie.
Good point for Revo based on Kyle Bowen pushing up the snake.
When again, so they're 3-on-4 situation, but Heat was pocketed up playing defense.
Yep.
And they got a little bit of a gift for that penalty on Connor Kelly, and that was Benny Carroll because Bowen was looking inside.
Yeah, Benny was standing over the top when he went, so Benny was just like,
and
oh.
He caught him the whole way.
Yeah.
I understand why Connor made that move.
It was the right move.
Yeah.
He just got caught.
The line was bleeding, and they needed to get outside wide.
Hundo.
But it does make this...
Sometimes you just tuck in and wait.
Hide.
Well, it's that time.
Because you got a 3-point lead.
Yeah.
So even if you lose this one, who cares? You still got a 2-point lead. You guys are getting the better of them when it's 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm. Make them make the play.
Those are those tough ones you got to call in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Because the traditional move is get outside wide. Because if I can have 2 bodies alive in the Dorito 1 and that back corner bunker snake side, ideal in a low body situation. So I understand why Connor's making that move, but you're also right because situational, right? 3-point lead, under 4 minutes to go. Maybe you don't need to get out that spot.
Hindsight,
Infamous big bite up the middle, 5-on-5 breakout. ABJ, shockingly, is starting off the game in Snake 1.
So they switched Silberg up from going to the D side. He goes up the middle now, and he's wrapping around feeling no pressure.
Yeah, he's hunting up there. I love when those guys have to go up there and play proactive,
Yeah, 100%.
He's already repositioned. He was on the D side, over the top, wrapping and putting pressure. Now he's back in the Hertz bunker. Brusselback getting to Snake 1. And Brusselback's done a pretty good job of getting to Snake 1. He just hasn't done much of a job of developing it past there, right? He's made that first move. I don't know if it's because he hasn't got support behind him or if that's just not the game plan, but he's definitely kind of happy in that Snake 1. Oh, ABJ's about to start assassinating people. Oh, Ryan Hall better be lucky he didn't get a penalty there. Oof.
That was actually Johnson in the snake for Notorious. Get the spin here.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Give ABJ a little rest, and he does just as well.
Yeah, get him up in there.
There comes Carter.
Notorious looks good, man.
And Notorious is looking good. I saw Ty Bateman in between the sets. I was like, hey, man, I really like your roster. You guys are young, scrappy dudes that really want to make your mark out here. And he's like, we definitely want to wear that scrappy moniker, and we love this roster too. So we're coming for it, Matty. We're coming for it. I was like, hey, let me see it.
There's a couple teams out there that have some very attractive players that they're gonna have to protect.
Yeah, and there's a decent amount of these teams coming up the ranks. Where when we get to the offseason, I'm sure some of these conversations may already starting to be happening, or they're gonna have to protect those players.
If you're not having those conversations now, you're losing those guys, right? Because I guarantee you guys like Joey Blute are having those conversations.
Look at you pirates over here. Why can't you just let them be? You guys
I didn't say
here.
me. I didn't say Matt.
Dude.
Not my job. I may advise people occasionally, but it's not my job.
I mean, not
you
officially.
You getting a cut, Rich? Dude, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? What is it, the Telford Agency?
Well, he's got to do it for New York Extreme. Somebody got to do it on that team.
Yeah.
Speaking of team needs bodies right now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So jumping in this next one here. And if you're joining us on social media. Please head on over to GoSports.com. Watch the best in the world throwdown here at the Lone Star Major. Body dropping right now from Houston Heat.
Ronnie Dizon taking the walk from that drill side can. Caleb Abel all the way up at the 50 snake now for Revo, and that's what they need. They've got 3 or 4 guns now on Caleb Abel. That's taking so much pressure off the D side that Frank Antetomaso should just be able to run down that side.
Just a 2-point spread, man. Revo in position to attack. Houston Heat in defensible positions, but no one out on that D side, though. Farthest body is the South Electronics tower with Ryan Moorhead.
Yeah, and those two, the bunker that Ryan and Tyler are in the middle gets so vulnerable as they penetrate both tapes. Those bunkers just get smaller and smaller.
Shorty snuck into the Hertz bunker on Heat side of the field. I don't know if he knows that Chad's in the snake or not.
He's about to.
Yeah, and Revo has about maybe 45 seconds, a minute to play with.
Almost never see Chad miss that shot.
So Revo has a little bit of time to let this develop before they have to start going into these guns.
And now that they found out where Shorty is, this is the time for the Frank Antetomasos of the world.
Yes.
Of the Dorito side. Oh, that could have been a penalty on Shorty right there.
100%.
Benny Carroll looking smooth, coming through, chopping up this line. Still got a little bit of work to do. Dices up Monville, and maybe on a trade. Doesn't need to stay alive there, as both Caleb Abel and Frank Antetomaso still on the field. Going in to hit that buzzer. Got ourselves a 1-point match, about 1:25. Nicely executed attack from Revo. And yeah, Heat just is, in those bend don't break moments, not able to capitalize on the last 2.
They had the right game plan. I mean, the right idea to go out there and box it up, but you can't do it from the center of this field, right? You've got to get outside. If they lose that first guy over there, they've either got to go up the gut or they got to try to get back outside. Because if you're waiting in the white tower, the small bunker in the middle, or the can on the D side, you're just waiting to die.
Yeah, and again, if you are joining us anywhere other than GoSports.com, head on over to GoSports.com and watch the best paintball in the world being played here in Texas. Had a lot of upsets yesterday. It's been pretty much nothing but really close games. Only a couple blowouts yesterday.
Yeah.
We only saw 1 Mercy Rule win all day out of 10 sets.
The Red Legion game, right?
Infamous damage.
Infamous damage. Oh, infamous damage.
Because the other one wasn't a Mercy Rule. It looked like Legion was going to Mercy Rule Notorious for a while.
They kept getting in position.
Yeah, but it ended up 9-4.
So, I'm just going to ask this, generally speaking, open question, right? We know Infamous is talented. Drop 1 here on the break, shoot 2, 3-on-4 advantage for Infamous. We know they got a great roster, great coaches, but they've been struggling. Do they keep their same guys and keep riding it out, or they start bringing in new talent?
I like this Infamous roster.
Oh, I love it.
I think that they're going to be able to win a tournament with it. They're just not. Their snake side's just not been getting it done here so far at this event.
Infamous about to win this point.
Hey, Nate Schrader, though, coming through with a wrecking ball.
Mr. Nasty time.
Nasty
Nate. Man, his feet move so fast when he runs.
Well, they got some time, man. I mean, it's going to be a 2-point match again. Notorious can't let off that gas pedal here.
No, for sure. And Notorious has to win these breakouts. They cannot go down on bodies on the break and try to beat Infamous. That's not going to work for them.
Well, you can't fall asleep, right? Don't let Infamous wake up down 3 points, but there's still 5:45 on the clock, right? Now it's a 2-point game, right? You can't start playing defense. You got to do what got you there.
It's not been working for Heat either.
2 fast points, and all of a sudden you're down. You know, it's a 2-point game. 0-0, and you only got 2 minutes left.
I think you still have to go to war in that middle, man. Like, you can't send all 5 bodies, and if your opponents get 2 up in that middle, and you give them a good 1.5 to work with, and then the D side is makeable on these secondaries.
Well, and the reason the center is so important is because if you lose either side, which is happening a lot, that now controls that side across the field, right? And you can never get back out there with that center presence.
It's that 2-for-1 trade out, right? If you can get 2 bodies from the middle for just giving that 1 up, you're going to win every point, as long as you don't blow high body situations.
Yeah, as long as you don't make mistakes, right?
Because the teams that have gotten up there right away, that have gotten a kill, or forced that trade and then filled it right away, those are the teams that are having the most success.
There's Nasty Nate, one of the heroes of that last point.
Even Nasty Nate got to hydrate, you know what I'm saying?
Is he still drinking Tiger's blood?
Yeah.
Well, Houston Heat been letting this one slip away. Still the 1-point lead and barely any time off the clock for Revo. See if they can summon the spirit again, tie this one up, maybe force an overtime point.
Yeah, I'm surprised with Houston Heat having the playing as well as they did, having that advantage point-wise, that they didn't kind of close out this match and are letting Revo back into it.
Well, they tried to play defense last point. I doubt they'll do that again. I'm sure Ryan Moorhead will get up there and get going right away.
I would
The difference
so.
has been in a lot of those early points was Houston Heat shooting a body on the break and getting that early kill. Penalties have been killing Revo. But we'll see who wins the break on this one.
Ronnie Dizon running and gunning all the way out to D1. He makes it clean, and Revo going to be losing Frank Antetomaso, forcing Devin Stewart to get out of that white South Electronics tower and back to the can. Revo does get a body alive with Sean Salcedo to the Hertz brick at the 40-yard line.
5-on-4 advantage here for Houston Heat.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing, right? Last time, you have 2 points in a row. Revo went to the snake on the break, I believe, with Bowen.
Yep.
This time they bring Caleb back in, and now Caleb's standing up in that tower again. Shorty is
and
up
he
in
was
the middle.
looking D-side, right?
Right, but oh, there goes Ronnie Dizon, dying out of the corner on the Dorito side.
That's a big kill.
Yep,
Yes.
4-on-4.
Huge kill right now. But here's 2 bodies up the middle now for Revo.
Only 40 seconds left to go. Revo, they have bodies in attacking position in that middle like we talked about. They got to get the body into the snake. Caleb's got to get going. They got to get Devin going on that D side as well, too. Now down to just 30 seconds. Cardinal sin of paintball is to be alive in your spot down by 1.
Caleb Abel
Win the
around
game.
the corner into snake 1. I'd like to see him press all the way down the field. Never stop. Just crawl, crawl, crawl. But he's going to go to snake 1 and 2 and look inside with like 20 seconds left. I don't understand.
15 seconds left to go. Getting down to it as they're going to be losing Benny Carroll. Here comes Sean Salcedo really putting the pressure, but Devin and Caleb got to launch. 6 seconds left to go. You cannot be alive in your spot when time expires, down by 1.
Now, and the cardinal sin is to be alive. And the second cardinal sin is to let your buddies go one at a time, right? As soon as you see the first guy go, you've got to go, right? You can't just watch him go.
We talked about things that frustrate coaches. Losing high body situations frustrate coaches, and being alive when you're down by 1 in your spot with no risk at all, because at least give it a shot. Because if you run, maybe the guy misses maybe you hit him on the run, you have a chance.
At
if you're
least you
actually
have a
running down the
chance,
field.
right?
If you're down by 3, who cares? Whatever, you know.
Still,
they
though, you're
protect the
trying to
margin.
do the right thing at the right time, right? So I still want those guys going, Maddie.
I mean, with that amount of time, I don't know. I hate criticizing decisions sometimes.
That's your job right now, Ty.
You know, but it's like, man, take that move to the snake, right? Like they didn't run to the Dorito or to the snake, right? That's how they got back in this game, right? They did get the 2 bodies up the middle, but they both ran through the same lane trying to close that game. You got to make guys guess, like look all over the place. Where are these bodies coming from? But no, it's like short breakout, lose a dude, and then not have a coordinated attack, right?
5-on-3 advantage for Notorious.
Talking about not playing defense up points. Pasternak is past the 50.
I love that play call. Yeah, and he just missed the shot on the tower, too. Callie went to go get him. 5-on-2 advantage now. Oh, 5-on-4.
Yeah, but the reposition cost Infamous a body, and maybe another one here too and that's going to force a concession. So right about 5 minutes left to go. Notorious going to go up by 3 again.
And Marky Franz up there just still wheeling and dealing. Shot both fillers, even though the horn had blown. They definitely weren't going to make it out there anyway.
Kills kill.
Yeah, kill's a kill, baby. Chalk it up.
Well, Notorious at the first event, barely missing Sunday. They went 2-2. They beat Damage by 2. They lost to Infamous, team they're playing right now, and they beat the Hurricanes. So Notorious beat Damage and the Hurricanes. That's really good, man.
Yeah.
And so now they're up by 3 on Infamous. I mean, Notorious is beating or hanging with some of the best teams in the world. Future's bright for them if they can keep it together. But we saw that's composure right there too, and a good play call. They sent Passionate past the 50, essentially off the break, up by 2, really forcing Infamous to deal with that body. They had to reposition, lost a couple bodies doing it.
You know, when people doubt you, it's a very strong driving force for athletes.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you don't think I can do this?
It can be, and
Watch this.
you hope that that's the
this.
type of. Again, it's where's your gumption? You know,
Yeah.
what lives in your
That's
soul?
the attitude that winners have, right?
Yeah.
Winners have that attitude like, you're against me? You're holding me down? I got knocked down, I'm going to get back up, I'm going to win. Losers get knocked down and like, oh, man, can you believe what happened to me? Somebody knocked me down, man. That's not cool, right?
No.
Looking for that opportunity to lose. Losers.
Yeah, this is a non-victim mentality league. Okay?
Yeah, only if you want to be successful.
Yeah, if you want to get out here and you want to win paintball tournaments,
And you can tell
You
by the
have to
body
have
language.
that cocky attitude. You have to.
Sorry. Yeah, it's the body language, right? You've seen teams that come out here that are like, I hope we can win. And then as soon as they start getting destroyed, it's just head downs.
Yeah, slow
Woe
walks
is
off.
me.
Yeah.
Well, and you can always tell the guys who don't believe, right? When you go out and you have a couple points that go the wrong way, the guys who don't believe are the first guys that start MFing other guys, fake injuries, just, oh, the referee screwed me, the pain is bad, blah, blah. Winners don't do that, right? Winners go out there and lose a couple points and go like, I'm going to go put it on these dudes. I'm winning every point. If you don't do your job, I'll do your job for you, or we'll find someone else to do your job.
Win the point with 4 bodies alive and still be having a harsh conversation because that one mistake
Because they
was
want to be
made.
perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember this quote that I've written down from Stan Van Gundy that I heard in a game one time. They can beat you, and they can beat you bad, but they can't take your heart unless you give it to them.
That's a great one. Van Gundy with the wisdom. So gonna jump into, looks like 33 seconds still to go. Can Infamous answer the challenge? There is enough time, I think a little under 5, right around 5, for them to get back in this match. And they have wheels, they have offense. Which way are they gonna go? They're gonna go heavy middle, secondary out D side. Snake has been their problem for the most part for Infamous.
It hasn't been their solution for sure.
I mean, full send, man. Let's go, dude.
Full send 3 points. If everyone was on Nate's page, this would be a different score right now.
Well, they're definitely full send, running and gunning Zach Patient all the way into Snake 2, and he makes it clean. They also go outside with Silberg on the D side. He makes it, so 5 bodies alive and moving down the field quickly. Body had dropped early for Notorious. There goes another one with Pasternak again trying to make that move to the mini wall. He made it clean, but got shot out of that spot. So Infamous is in really good position to try to win a fast point.
Yeah, 5-on-3 advantage here for Infamous as they go into the Hertz bunker on Notorious side of the field. Oh, Infamous did lose their Snake player, and that's going to allow Notorious to clear right down that Snake. Oh, Ryan Hall fills in the Snake.
He almost picks up ABJ, but ABJ is alive in the spot, but Ryan Hall's going to run through and trade out with them. That's a really good trade because the bulk of their attack was middle and D side. And that should do it here as Cali Rudolph going to run in, sprint, hit that buzzer to preserve as much time as possible. Looks like 4:21 on the clock and now down by 2 again. So that was a well-executed, perfect attack from Infamous.
If ABJ had looked in from Snake 4 there, he would have had 2 easy kills.
And what's I think that's 2 points in a minute and 30 seconds. All right, I think there's like 4:15 on the clock.
Yeah, Infamous is
Like, don't sleep on
certainly
Infamous,
capable.
right? Like, Infamous has been in this situation before, right? They tried to send Nate one body, then they said, you know what, we're just going to send everybody. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like, running and gunning.
Well,
Like,
you asked for a full send. That was a full send.
oh, you've got mail.
Well,
Notorious.
and the Russian Legion kind of showed us yesterday that if you got to go on this field, you can go, right? If you press all 3, and even if you lose a couple of bodies, but you get to all the key positions, you can still win the points down on bodies as long as you have the position.
I mean, you can always go.
You can
always go.
And
Let's go.
you always have that choice, right? And you might as well go.
I mean, that's basically what the Russians are doing every point. So,
Pretty much. Yeah, so if you just joined us, Infamous had a real rough day yesterday as they got beat up by Damage and then lost to Diesel by, I believe, 2, so sitting at a -8. They needed to have a big win against Notorious as Infamous has to play Legion next, and Legion looked really dialed yesterday morning. So it's just an uphill climb for Infamous, and we thought with how they had looked in practice and this roster they kept together in the chaotic offseason that they were going to be a powerhouse potentially this year. Did pretty good in Vegas. But if they can find a way to beat Notorious and then somehow blow out Legion, which is going to be hard, maybe they can move on to Sunday. But the chances are slim because Notorious still has a 2-point lead. And as we've been talking about, man, Notorious is this young roster hungry.
see what Travis Lemansky got in the bag right now.
Mad scientist with a clipboard.
I mean, he's got a cowboy hat on, too, so you know he's ready to party.
Well, he's in Texas, bro. Russell back Snake on the break. Infamous all the way to Notorious' side of the field. In the Hertz bunker, they do lose their first attacker. Nate goes up to the center bunker.
Yeah, they lose Silberg, but they
3 on 5.
They're going to lose Patient as well, too. So Patient had got all the way onto Notorious' side, but got clipped out. Nate's still up in the middle, though, and they get Russell back into Snake 2 with Ryan Hall behind him.
Yeah, Notorious just needs to buckle down here. Nobody on the D side of the field for Infamous. Nobody even looking Dorito side for Infamous. Now they switch the gun in the center.
Yeah, Infamous just they got up in the middle, but then it didn't pay dividends. But they didn't keep Archie Barnes out of the snake on the break.
I don't think you can.
It's kind of hard.
I think it's impossible.
It's kind of difficult, but then they let the filler go out on the Dorito side. So Infamous is in the snake with Brussel back. They got Ryan Hall behind him.
Yeah, and Notorious is in all the positions they need to be to contain the 3 guys on Infamous in these spots, although they do looks like Ryan Hall will make a big fall from the snake tower, Phil, all the way from the snake tower to the Dorito corner. That was an amazing fill. Really good job getting out to the Dorito corner. Really poor zone control there from Notorious. Notorious gave that away there. That should have been a free kill. Nate looking to get busy up the middle, wrapping that Hertz bunker, looking to go forward.
Yeah, it's going to be hard there with that Dorito and ABJ sitting here in snake 1 looking inside.
Yeah, and this point could grind off a lot of time from that clock, just based on positions everyone's in. This would be a great time for Brusselback to have a big game.
Time ticking off the clock down to 2:48.
Yeah, Brusselback might have got an elimination.
Yeah, again, I think it's on Brusselback right now to make something happen. If he can get that kill out of the South Electronics bunker, it'd be huge. But he does have that inside tower. I believe that is Marky Franz.
Yeah, Mark is posted up on the inside of that little temple there. ABJ's not getting pressured on the tape. He could break this game open himself.
Ooh, it looks like Ty Bateman's going to get the shot on Nate. So Ty had made that move all the way up into D4. Nate made the move to the wedge. Didn't see Ty make that move earlier. And that's going to force another concession here. So opportunities dwindling for Infamous. 2:17 on the clock. Not looking good. 7 points put up by Notorious. Yeah, I mean, they are one of the emerging stories. The fact they beat the Hurricanes and Damage, narrowly missed making Sunday 11th place at the first event. Notorious is one of the interesting stories here in the 20 pro teams that represent Major League Paintball. In the pits, let's listen in.
Well, the ref came over and whispered I was good.
I'm going out. You gotta almost a minute.
Why is that down?
What? This is out. ABJ, Pasternak, Marky, Ty, MJ. Clear it. ABJ all the way. Yeah, no. Fucking. Marky, you're in the home. Dorito or Snake Way, then go up there. Ty's our fail.
Hey, Zach, get to the hopper.
No, you're down.
Oh, I'm down. Damn, I thought I was it. I got excited. I thought I was it. Sorry. That's fine. I need tape. Hey, I can call timeout.
You're in the Delta.
We're far side, boys. 40 seconds.
Pretty calm, good 30 seconds. Discussions being had in the Notorious pits. They have a pretty solid cushion right now. And you know that Infamous is going to send it again because they have no choice.
Thank you.
Notorious wouldn't mind a decent spread here too. The game they dropped against Legion yesterday and then drop into AC Diesel. So again, must-win situation for Notorious and with as many points as possible.
Oh, a little bit of a change-up. They send ABJ to the snake.
Haven't seen that yet.
They do lose 2 on the break, though, so a 3-on-5 advantage for Infamous as Ryan Hall gets into the inside bunker and immediately gets shot by ABJ. So 4-on-3 advantage.
I mean, I just don't know how you don't expect ABJ to be in that snake 1. You make that move to the Hertz bunker now probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, ABJ got that cross shot on the D2 as well, so ABJ's just chopping bodies up here from snake 1. About to get another. There's 3 bodies. Yeah, so newsflash, if you're playing against Notorious, ABJ is probably going to be in the snake. And if you're going through the center of the field, you might want to check that gap off.
Yeah, there's certain...
try and shoot him, or at least go into that bunker that you're trying to, get a big move out of, expecting him to be there.
As we've been saying, when we start saying things about certain players, like they might as well let ABJ start in Snake 1 because he's there every single point, every time.
What was really funny is ABJ made it, and they shot the guy behind ABJ going to the snake tower. Like, no. Let him get into the snake tower. Shoot the little dude going to the snake that's killing everybody in the snake every point.
Yeah. Or just commit a guy.
Yeah.
Commit a guy standing out in the wide open just to shoot that
Yeah,
lane.
if you
Might
lose
as
him,
well.
you lose him, but you shoot ABJ, right?
Yeah.
That worked out a couple times yesterday.
Yeah, there's
Saw
a
couple
spot.
guys,
Yeah, you can spend on the D side, shoot across the snake. There's a huge gap.
It is a commitment because
You're probably
if
gonna
they-
get shot, too.
If they don't go there, then you put the team at a deficit. But if you know you're playing a team that almost every single, maybe 90% of the time he's going to the same spot and making it, you got to find a way to get creative and shoot that body.
Yeah.
And how much?
There he is right there, ABJ. Starting to make a name for himself out here.
Man, when I used to coach Breakout in Europe, we had Konstantin Fedorov on our team one time.
Never heard of him.
He literally ran and shot to the Dorito corner every single point.
How?
At every single point.
We were talking
Yeah,
about coaches
that'd be
earlier,
like-
right? And like the things we like as coaches, things we don't like losing 3-on-1s. How nice is it to have a guy you're like, hey man, can you go to snake every point and make it there and shoot a couple guys and just stay alive? Yeah, coach, no problem. And then he actually goes out there, takes the snake every point, shoots a couple guys and stays alive. And like, I'm not asking you to do like, backflips or anything. Just go to your spot that the other guys are going to and just, stay alive and shoot your guys.
Yeah. So he's running out there point after point. Yeah, and I'm like, hey, man, after running out there 3-4 times in a row, and I'm like, hey, you want to go short this time? And he's like, they can't stop me.
Love it.
Well, that's
Can't stop, won't
that old
stop.
paintball adage that, hey, if they can't stop him, might as well keep running.
That's right. Yeah. You make them stop you, right? You don't give up. Infamous has got to be a little frustrated here.
Yeah, this is a tough tournament for Infamous.
They get Snake and Dorito corner on the break, so good breakout for Infamous. 5-on-5. Dorito 3 for Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous is another team that's been putting a lot of work in, too. It's not like they're stuffing off in practice and not putting the time in and not getting extra days.
Infamous losing their first attacker, Nasty Nate.
Ooh, Pasternak coming through. He gets diced up by Brusselback, but not before he got patient.
4-on-3 advantage here for Notorious as they drop another body. Boyles goes from the, another body, so 2-on-3 advantage for Infamous here. Hey, Brusselback's up in the Snake 4 now.
So they spin Johnson this time. He's in Snake 1 as the last player left alive. As we hit the minute mark. So I think Johnson might have put a ball on Callie, or maybe he missed it. It was tough to tell. It's kind of bang bang.
Yeah, I feel like he missed him. Otherwise, Callie wouldn't hit the button.
Well, Callie was already half dive, in already with the momentum. There's no way he's stopping that momentum. Did we see the thumbs up from the ref?
Yeah.
Okay. This is up there with that Legion Notorious. So Notorious, both games that scoring a ton of points out here. It was their game against Legion. That was in a loss. Now going to be in a win. Just going to see what the spread's going to look like at the end. 8-5 the score right now. It's crazy. We saw a 1-2 game.
Yeah, lots of upsets
earlier, and yeah, people betting on the underdogs probably doing pretty well right now.
Legion and Diesel are just sitting in the pits down there, chomping at the bit to get this thing going, just waiting. And these guys keep playing 30-second points.
Yeah, guys, let's not be selfish, okay?
Yeah, we're going to be here till noon.
Yeah, so in the next set, it's going to be Legion Diesel. That's a good one. As Legion going to take the field for the first time, they also have to play Infamous at noon, and then Aftermath and Blast Camp. Blast Camp still in this one. Aftermath 1-1 yesterday. Blast Camp sitting at 1-2. Diesel at 2-1. Legion 2-0.
Callie Rudolph walking on the field right now. It's Brian All.
Play point number 35.
Man. These long matches are wild. When you're in the pit and you're like, what should we do now?
Yeah, we've already gone through all of our plays twice. Did we just start over again, or did we come up with new plays?
We went through the whole book. Anyone got any ideas?
Yeah. What did we do in .7 again?
Bueller.
Oh, let's check here. Okay, yeah, 0.8, yeah.
Yeah, what does the other team like to do 13 points in?
Yeah.
What do they usually do on their 13th point?
Yeah.
What's the tendency on point 13?
Oh, it's a double wide. Okay, double wide on 13. Okay, good.
Well, typically, a trend goes a certain way. Phil's going to play fast, Phil's going to play slow. We don't typically have a layout where you're going to see 15 points played in one game and 3 in another.
No. But it's not the layout, right? It's the teams, right? When you have two really good teams in position.
And situations.
Yeah.
You know, because
Nobody's
you
looking to
got to
make a
play
mistake.
it as it lies. So if you get in a situation where it's 4-on-4 and everyone's in spots, well, that's probably going to be a longer point. All right, jumping into maybe what could be the last point. 52 seconds left.
Huh. ABJ and the snake again. That's kind of weird.
Oh, and ABJ chopping up guys in the middle.
Infamous going up the middle, losing a body with Ryan Hall. Notorious with 2 up the middle. Kelly Rudolph running through. Unfortunately, there's 2 guys on his gap. Flag on Notorious. Not going to matter. Infamous, just 1 player left alive. I believe it's Nate Schrader in the Dorito corner over there, just kind of, or maybe that's Sealberg.
Well, I think Bateman, there's still 1 body left alive in the middle.
For Notorious.
Oh, no, and ABJ. ABJ's got 2.
2 on 1.
Or, Notorious has 2 bodies left alive. After the chaos and dust is settled.
Yep. Got to watch Bateman in practice last week, and he's a really good player. Really dynamic, kind of plays all over the place, always engaging in the points. Good team ball.
That's going to do it as time expires. Final score.
Man, ABJ should be excited, man. He clocked in.
Absolutely. Playing amazing out there. So Austin Notorious going to take a win against Infamous. That's 3 losses for Infamous. Going to knock them out of the tournament. They got Legion next. Great job again, though, by Archie Barnes Jr. and the Snake side and the entire roster for Notorious. Next up is going to be Legion Diesel. Aftermath Blast Camp here 2024. NXL Major League Paintball. Lone Star Major Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez and Rich Telford here on Go Sports. See you in just a few.
I know that, but still. Hey, go shake hands.
Hey, let's try to coordinate between you and me.